And you can just watch for not really a color change, but a texture change. And like this piece has a little bit of uh, rough texture, almost like it was a piece of sandpaper or something. And when it starts melting, of course, it gets shiny. You're just waiting for that shininess to occur. And then you can get in there with your welding rod. Like I said, I've learned to kind of move around with the heat source to try to make sure that I'm heating up mainly the base plastic. Because I want my rod to melt, but I also want it to embed itself in the base plastic. So sometimes putting a little bit of heat behind the rod is more effective. And you can kind of see it by when the rod does melt, it collapses like down into that groove. You're actually putting pressure on the rod to push it down in that groove and kind of get the plastics to mix. You can even, change your angle that you're pressing it down at. Really get it to jam in there because it's an inside corner. What do we have here? Hey, thank you for that follow and welcome to the stream. We're dicking around welding plastic because I screwed up and I removed too much. So now I'm adding a little tab of plastic back in so that I can hold the front of my toolbox on more completely. Yeah, that got down in there really nice. Now I just try to focus all the heat on the welding rod. And then it just kind of peels away. Good question, Moldfish. It's actually both. It is a hot air solder rework station. I know that you just followed, but yeah, I started out by buying the Harbor Freight plastic welder and then realized that it was basically just a heat gun that blew some air, and it had a couple of nozzles, and it was like big. It was like a grinder. It hides but looks horrible every time. Yeah, well, I'm actually having some success with this. It took some technique and playing around with it before I got anything that actually looked decent. Um, but the soldering station right here, this one is called the Yihua 959D. Is just kind of a standard solder rework station as far as I understand. But I ordered some accessory nozzles, so you can get, different nozzles that'll get you into really tight spots. And what I found is that the Harbor Freight tool, it works, but it is not as adjustable. You had like 8 different rheostat settings for heat, whereas this one is digital, so you can really dial in your heat very, very specifically. And the Harbor Freight version did not have an adjustable airflow, so you couldn't vary that either. This one does both, and it was actually cheaper than the Harbor Freight plastic welder. And fortunately, Harbor Freight takes all their stuff back with like no questions asked. And yeah, you tried the Harbor Freight version like 15 years ago, the old design. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, and you know, they do make a soldering iron type of plastic welder. There's also what they call a plastic welder, but it's more of like a plastic stapler, where you know, you stick these staples into the end of this soldering iron like tool, and you just melt it into the plastic and then withdraw the tool and then snip off the wires. So basically what you're doing is you're just like suturing your plastic. Um, but with this, I have enough fine control that I'm actually welding the plastic. Then I glue in real staples. Gotcha.